Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Joint Secretary, CMD of State Bank of India, and Sri Lakshmikanta Rao from the RBI, CMDs of all the public sector banks, and also the financial institutions which have come here to join in this conclave. And as I was seated there, the chairman of the State Bank of India reminded me that this probably would be one of the biggest conclave of bank heads. So the importance in terms of presence itself underlines the importance of this gathering. Big it is, I agree, but I must credit the Department of Financial Services for having worked on the 7 different topics which are very critical for us to discuss among yourselves, generate some kind of a consensus so that shall be the template on which all of us can take banking sector forward, financial inclusion forward, credit forward, and so on. Yes, at some point in time, there was a discussion among all of us about what could be the content and the topics on which thinking heads from the banking leadership can speak. But briefly, as I was seated there, I've seen the materials, the 7 different topics on which you are likely to speak among yourselves. But for each one of it, and that is why I repeat this point, for the first time I would think DFS, at least as long as I've been here, the DFS has actually spent time looking into the details of what each of these 7 topics should be focusing on. So the content material for each of them is well researched, bringing in the best practices from around the globe, and also highlighting the need that we have to recognize and discuss and take things forward. Particularly the one document which I was looking into was on the youth. It classifies our youth nicely into different categories, both from the college experiences, age groups which are going to be in college, and otherwise the youth in different age, highlighting the fact 29% of India's population is between 15 and 29 years. So if you see the nuggets which come out of these documents, and I understand all these 7 documents have been in advance shared with all of you all, with the expectation that you would spend some time on each one of them before you attend this meet, and therefore be able to contribute from your point of view the critical thoughts for each one of them, so that this 2-day meet would conclude giving us a clear set of workable ideas. Workable because you have given the ideas, you're the ones who are going to take it forward later on. But this comes at a time when the intensive discussions of today and tomorrow comes at a time we expect the announcement on the high-powered committee to look into banking for Viksit Bharat. Sooner the committee will be announced, and the material that you are producing from 2 days discussion on the basis of a well-researched set of documents which have been shared with you in advance will hopefully provide that substantive meat for the committee to also look at. So the committee would probably have that material before them, even as they deliberate. And even as they deliberate to give us their thoughts and also the recommendations which will help us to clearly understand where the committee wants India to go towards Viksit Bharat, and in that the role of banks. So I think 2 days, absolutely valuable. No one is going to have any FOMO. Everyone is here. So it is your output that I am keenly looking forward to, because once the committee gives its input, it's for us to rapidly move in that direction, understanding that the Viksit Bharat 2047 is actually not too far away. We are in 26. So less than or short of 20 years is what we have before us. There couldn't have been a better time to talk about banking for Viksit Bharat, especially for the grind that all of you all have gone through. Come out of it with all the recognition of difficulties and coming out towards the route of reform. Your NPAs are at the lowest ever Indian bankings have seen, and therefore there cannot be a better position of strength with which you can take on reforms. You're actually having these 2-day confluence. The ideas are going to be from the field, from the executioners, as it were. And once the committee, as I said, goes through all this and forms its view and recommendations, we'll be just ready to press the button or pedal to rev up the Indian economy. So since you're going to have me come tomorrow also, post your discussions with a complete brief that I'll hear in front of you, before you, about each of the 7 topics on which you've deliberated. I will stop my opening statement at this stage. Instead of repeating all the 7 categories on which you're going to be discussing, you've got the documents, you've done your work. So I will be keen to hear what comes out of it tomorrow. So thank you very much. And I think this will be one of the best meets where you're looking for your future action. All the top leadership is here. You have to set the tone for India's Viksit Bharat. Thank you very much.